Howdy, y'all. Tumbleweed here. You know, the good guy with the black hat. Well, unsurprisingly, men pretty much led the way in taming the Texas frontier. My novel, Oasis Justice, is laced with heavy doses of testosterone, but strong women play a role. By example, I'm pleased to share an excerpt featuring 16-year-old Alyssa Corrigan. Her family homesteads land in Oasis Town that they purchased from Corpus Christi founder Colonel Kinney. A miscarriage killed her mother back in 1855, and the very next year she faces, well, here's her story. Alyssa began to walk back from the creek where she'd been beating her father's fresh washed clothes on the shoreline rocks. As she beat, rinsed, and beat again, slapping the trail dirt and the horse dung residue from his shirts and pants, she daydreamed about just what her future might hold. Yeah, she was growing up. She'd been seeing and feeling changes to her body and soul. At least once a week, she made this short trek to the swift moving stream that ran past their property and dumped into the Nueces River. At 16, she was pretty much a full grown woman. Her smooth alabaster skin was a bit prone to freckles, made her seem younger than her years. Her daydreams of home and children of her own became ever more vivid. There were a couple of boys in the Oasis town that seemed interested in sparking her, but she had her heart set on a man, a real man. He was out there somewhere. Besides, she had a certain independence and feistiness about her, a spirit that demanded a man who fully appreciated those qualities. It was a long walk up the hill from the creek. It was far enough from the cabin that you had to holler just to be heard across the distance. There was a slight breeze and a certain quietness in the air. As she rounded the live oak motte, the one where her mother was buried, she saw them. Horror of horrors. A big, well-muscled Comanche had just finished the grisly task of scalping her father. At least 2 arrows protruded from her father's chest. Her brothers, Mike and Rob, lay unmoving just a few feet away. They'd taken Comanche arrows as well. And it was obvious that Rob's head had also been cracked open with a club. The warrior paused from mutilating his victim, scalp held high. Who was this? Must have been running through his mind. He let go of her father's head. He smiled, a cold, evil smile. His eyes narrowed. Rape would only be the beginning. A golden red scalp would be a beautiful addition to his collection. Alyssa fought the urge to run. There were 3 of them, would have chased her down anyway. The Comanche were a fearsome sight with black war paint across their faces. Their bodies, they were nearly naked. The big one that had stood over her father brandished the scalp and took a step toward her. She felt shivers of fear running through her frame. Cold, unfeeling, vile, savage wickedness was moving toward her. From under her skirt she drew the Walker Colt. Her father had always made her take the revolver with her to the creek, in case of rattlesnakes or other critters. Now she was faced with the worst beast she could imagine, a Comanche. She'd heard from the ladies of Nueces Town about what they did to women. Mutilation would be the least of her worries. No white man would ever want to see her again if she fell prey to Comanche. So what happens next? Well, there's more in the novel Oasis Justice. Watch for it from Defiance Press in July 2019. Meanwhile, y'all have a great day.